Hi everyone, my name is Hayley and I'm going to be showing you how you can use Quizlet to study for your celebrations in your Spanish classes at Northwestern. So first of all, create a Quizlet account if you don't already have one. There's also an app that you can download as well. Then to find Profe Kimberly's classes, you're going to want to go ahead and go to the search bar. Type in Profe Kimberly, no space. Then you're going to want to change it from study sets to users. And then her name, then she comes up right here, Profe Kimberly, and you can see the picture of her and Tony and William. Once you click on her, you want to go to classes. And make sure this is sorted alphabetical because that will make it easier to find the classes you're looking for. So all of the Spanish classes are listed here. There are two classes for each class in Northwestern. One of them is verb related and one of them is vocabulary related. So when you want to join a class, you're going to go ahead and click on it. And you're going to click on this button, request to join class. So if I want to request to join Intermediate Spanish 1, Vocabulary 1, click on this. And then one of the teaching assistants or profe will have to approve your joining of the class. So I'm going to go ahead and do that quickly for me so you can see how the process works. Oh, now I am a member. So let's refresh the screen here. Now I've become a member of this class. It will come up over here on the left side of your screen. See, it's one of these two right here. And you're gonna want to sort it alphabetically because that's gonna help you find what you're looking for even faster. So every class has either like for vocabulary the A and B, or for verbs it has the fundamental. And then it has the numbers leading up to that class, the number for that class, and then the number beyond that class for extra credit. So we have the number for that class here, 1, and then the number 2s would be extra things that would be extra credit. This one also has geography and flags of Spanish-speaking countries. So there's sets in here for those as well. So here we have La Geografía, and then we have the Las Banderas. And then we get down here. With the vocabulary, because it's numbered Roman numerals, it's not exactly in order. So it starts with vocabulario 3, la comida. But see, here it tells you the name, what list it's from, the name of the list, and then the number. So the number ones are going to be corresponding to Intermediate Spanish 1. And then here is our A and B verbs. So then you have vocabulario 2, vocabulario 1, and then you have 4, and then you have your cinco, so sometimes 5A, 5B, 5C, 6A, 6B, 6C, and then you have siete down here. So let's go ahead and look at one of them. So if we want to look at vocabulario 1, for religion, we can go ahead and click on it. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to study. So first of all, if you want to see the list of everything that's in there, you can scroll down and see here. You could even go through and listen.
La religión, the religion.
Listen to them say both in Spanish and in English. And then if there's certain ones that you really want to practice specifically, you can star them and then just practice the starred sets that you have there. So the first way to practice is, well, you could go through here and look at the flashcards. If you click on flashcards, you can get more options. So
the divorce, el divorcio,
you can have it speak to you.
El presente,
El presente,
the present.
The present. So then it will show you that. Down here, you can shuffle the cards. You can have them go in order. If you turn the shuffle off. And then if you go to options, you can choose if you want to answer with Spanish, English, or both, depending on how you want to practice. You can also turn your audio on or your audio off. If you go back to the main screen, learn is another way to practice. This one, there will be different types of questions, and it will help you to learn the different words. Again, there's options how you want to answer, the different types of questions, and audio if you want that or not. Writing, this is my favorite way to study because it really helps you know if you know it or not. So for this one, you could either have it start with English to Spanish or Spanish to English. So here it says the behavior. So you have to type in Spanish and spell correctly el comportamiento. And then you hit enter, and it says, woohoo, you got it correct. And if you want to hear it,
El comportamiento.
you can go ahead and go there. You can also go down here to options, and you could turn my audio on. And if I want to switch, I could switch it here from Spanish to English.
The soul.
So what if I don't know what the soul is? You could, a really great way is a really good thing to do is you could just
The
hit
soul.
enter,
El alma.
and it will tell you what the correct answer is, and then you can go ahead and copy it, and then for practice. Something to note, that anything in parentheses, you do not have to type. That is just an FYI. You do not have to type it, and it won't count against you. So if I write el alma,
The praise.
it will say it's right. And then what if you're like, oh, I think I know how to spell it. La alabanza. Oh,
The praise. La alabanza.
I forgot the A on the end. It will tell you what you said and what the correct answer is, so you can see where your mistakes are. It's super, super slick. There's also spelling.
La religión.
So you type what you hear. La religión.
El divorcio.
There.
El evangelio.
And you're going to want to make sure to use accent marks as well, because those are really important, and it will count it as incorrect if you don't use accent marks when you're supposed to. And then test is this one is you can create like a test, and there's lots of different options of different types of questions and all that kind of thing that you can go ahead and change up for yourself there. Then there's some games, matching and gravity games. Something else important to note is that if you want to add something to your list, or you want to customize it a little bit for yourself, you can go ahead and click the customize button, and then it will take that list and make a copy of it to save in your Quizlet, and then you can do any editing that you would like. You can also, if you go over here, to combine, this is a great way to study multiple things together. So say if you're needing to study the number 1 and the A and B verb, or A and B vocabulary words all together, you can combine the sets and study them all at the same time. So here you're going to select what type of study you want to do. So say I want to do writing, because I really like that one. And then over here you can click on your sets and go down to, the correct class. So I believe the second one is the vocabulary class. And for some reason these don't show up in as good of order. So I might search for like A and B, and go until I find where's my number 1? Or I could find like La Religión. Let's try that. Religión. It's probably this one, I'm gonna guess. La Religión. Okay. And then they're both over here.
The carefulness, care.
And then we'll combine them together, and you can use both of them. Super awesome. So that is the vocabulary side of things. Let me just show you a little bit about studying for verb tests. Again, I'm going to go back to my home screen, and you can do the same thing to search for the class and get into, request to be in Profe's class. But since I'm already in the class, I'm going to go over here and go to the the verb class. So here I have FDL, one verbs, two verbs, and adverbial clauses. So sorting it alphabetically will be super helpful. For verbs, there are two different kinds of sets. There are English translation sets that just take the verb and tell you what the English translation are. And then there are some sets that where you can actually do some conjugation practice. All the current conjugation practices that are on here are just for the verbs in that specific category. So verbos a número dos that are irregular in this tense, so that are irregular in the presente simple del indicativo. Maybe later there will be more added, but at the time of this video, that is what is there. So if you want to practice English translations, you can go here, down here. If you've studied them before, it will tell you what you never missed, what you missed, things like that. But it's this kind of the same way. So if you look at the flashcards, you can turn
aconsejar, acontecer,
you can turn the volume on and off. Something else to note is on the English translations, all of the stem changing, orthographic changes, any of those irregularities that Profe has listed on the verb list are also listed here in parentheses. Again, remember, anything in parentheses you do not have to type.
Acontecer, to happen, occur.
So there you go. So you can go through and study those a lot of the same ways. Again, you could combine them with other sets if you would like. Let me go back to the verb set right here. And then I just want to show you, let's go down, what one of these looks like. So this is B through D verbs. So conjugations of the irregular verbs in the simple present tense of the indicative. Presente simple del indicativo. So here you can see what they look like. So it says the verb, what form it's in, and then in the parentheses here it tells you just what the change is in this tense. So in the presente simple del indicativo, you're going to have the E to IE and comenzar, so comienzo, comienzas, etc. So you can quiz yourself and do the writing one and type in the yo, comma, tú, comma, el, usted form, and then comma, nosotros, comma, ellos, ellas, ustedes. There are no vosotros forms in these sets currently. So, and again, you can combine these. Let me just show you. Let's
confieso, confiesas, confiesa, confesamos, confieso, confiesas, confiesa, confesamos.
Okay, you can also turn the audio off so it doesn't read it all. And then actually I'd want to change it to, well, if we did it this way, it would be like, what verb is that? Well, it's confesar. And then what tense is it in? It's in el presente simple del indicativo. There we go. If you want to do it the other way, which is the way, you can practice being like, okay, how do I conjugate desobedecer en el presente simple del indicativo? So you could try it out and do it. If you don't know it, you could just hit enter again, and then you can go ahead and copy it. Super, super great. And it's great that it has the tense in there, because if you want to combine sets that are all B through D number 1 verbs, but they have they're different tenses you want to mix in to study together, then you'll know exactly what tense you're looking at. So that is Quizlet. I hope that this was really helpful to give you some tips and tricks for studying, and I wish you the best in your studies of Spanish. Have a great rest of your day.